Chosen one, you radiate a whole new energy, the kind that comes from no longer bending to please anyone. What I'm about to share with you may surprise you, even shake you to your core. If these words are reaching you right now, it's not by accident. You were guided here because a powerful shift is taking place in your life. You are moving from wanting to receiving. The prayers you've whispered, the visions you've held, the dreams you've carried, they are no longer distant. They are stepping out of the unseen and into your reality. This isn't just a change of mindset, it's a spiritual and energetic transformation. As a chosen one, you will begin to see life align for you in ways that feel almost effortless. But to truly step into this shift and manifest what's meant for you, you must understand its flow and move in harmony with it. Take a moment to breathe this in. Feel the power of this moment. With your unapologetic energy, you are claiming your space in the world. You are rising without fear, without shrinking, without dimming your light to make others comfortable. You were never meant to blend in or hide in the shadows. Deep within you burns a fire, a spark that refuses to be smothered by the world's noise or demands. Being a chosen one is not a title, it's a calling. It belongs to those who dare to stand in their truth, even when the weight of the world tries to force them to conform. Your true power is in your authenticity. It's in the way you refuse to chase approval or live by the expectations of others. This kind of freedom is rare. Look around how many people are trapped in lives of endless people-pleasing, drained and disconnected from who they truly are. It's a slow erosion of the soul, but not you, not anymore. You are stepping into a life that is raw, real, and unshakably yours. But you woes, you have made a conscious decision to break free. That means sometimes facing loneliness, criticism, or misunderstanding, but it also means living without regret, without masks, and without the suffocating weight of other people's expectations. The energy that fuels you is sacred. It's your birthright to command it, to harness it like a sword and shield, in a world that tries to tame the wildest spirits. Remember the stories of heroes who changed the course of history. They didn't achieve greatness by pleasing everyone. They broke norms, faced down opposition, and carried on despite the noise and resistance. You are that hero in your own life. The power to refuse people-pleasing is not weakness, it is an act of radical self-love and courage. This is your time to stand tall and claim the life that aligns with your deepest truth, unapologetically, unshakably, powerfully you. Bending to please others might feel like the path of least resistance, but it's a betrayal of your soul's deepest desires. Imagine a mighty oak tree in a storm. It doesn't snap or yield easily because its roots run deep and its trunk is strong. Like that oak, you are meant to stand tall through life's fiercest storms. When you stop bending and start standing fierce, you stop being a victim of circumstance and start becoming the architect of your destiny. There's a profound strength in holding your ground. It sends a powerful message to the world. You will not be swayed by fleeting opinions, gossip, or fear. Your presence alone demands respect because it's built on self-respect. When you refuse to bow to pressure, you create space for your true self to shine. And the more you honor your truth, the more magnetic and inspiring you become to others. This is how leaders are born, not by popularity, but by unwavering conviction. Think about the moments when you compromised just to avoid conflict or rejection. How did that feel afterward? Empty, disconnected. The truth is, the only way to live fully is by honoring your own voice. Standing fierce doesn't mean being rigid or unkind. It means knowing your boundaries, defending your values, and embracing the power of saying no when it serves your highest good. Every time you refuse to bend, you grow stronger, more confident, and closer to the freedom you crave. Lies are like smoke. They can cloud vision, choke hope, and spread rapidly, but eventually, the truth cuts through like a blazing light. When others attempt to distort your story, spread rumors, or rewrite reality. Remember this: lies can never withstand the steady heat of your integrity and resilience. Your truth is alive, vibrant, and enduring. It will always rise above the ashes of deception. History teaches us that truth-tellers have always been the ones who change the world. From whistleblowers exposing corruption to activists fighting for justice, they faced lies, smear campaigns, and intimidation. Yet, their truth became the catalyst for transformation. Your life is no different. Every false narrative they create is fuel for your fire. It sharpens your resolve and reminds you why standing firm in your truth is not just an act of courage, but a revolutionary act. The moment you stop fearing their whispers, their half-truths, and their attempts to erase you, you reclaim your power. Instead of hiding or defending, you step into the light with clarity and strength. Your truth doesn't need to shout. It simply needs to exist boldly and consistently. Over time, the cracks in their deception will widen, and your story, raw, unfiltered, and powerful, will be the one that remains, inspiring others to do the same. When others try to silence you, it's not a sign of your weakness, it's proof of your power. Those who attempt to mute your voice fear what you represent: truth, courage, and unyielding conviction. They want you small, quiet, and compliant, because your roar threatens to dismantle the fragile facades they have built around their lies. But here's the truth: your silence is not an option, because your voice carries the force of justice and the light of transformation. Think about the moments you felt pushed down, dismissed, or ignored. How did your spirit respond? Maybe it burned with anger, frustration, or even despair. But in that very fire, your roar was born. Your voice is a weapon against oppression, and a beacon for those who need to hear that they, too, can stand firm. No amount of suppression can hold back the tidal wave of a soul set free. When you speak up, you reclaim your space, loud, proud, and unshakable. Roaring louder isn't just about volume, it's about authenticity. When you speak from a place of deep truth, your words carry weight and meaning. People can sense when someone's voice is real, when it comes from lived experience and unbreakable conviction. Your story, your struggles, your victories, they are your power. Use them to inspire, challenge, and shift the world around you. Silence was never your destiny. Rising louder than ever is. Justice is not an abstract concept reserved for fairy tales or courtrooms. It is a living force that moves with those who refuse to give up, who fight for what is right with integrity and courage. When you walk your path unapologetically, you align yourself with a power greater than any obstacle or adversary. Divine justice is real, and it moves in your favor when you stand for truth, no matter how long the battle lasts. Remember the stories of individuals throughout history, activists, leaders, everyday heroes, whose perseverance turned the tide of injustice. They didn't surrender when the odds were stacked against them. Instead, they trusted that justice would find them and carry their cause forward. Your journey is no different. Even when the world seems unfair, or the battle exhausting, divine justice is your unseen ally, working behind the scenes to tip the scales toward your victory. This force moves slowly, sometimes silently, but always surely. It's not about immediate gratification, but about the unwavering faith that your truth and resilience will prevail. When you act with integrity, even in the face of lies and betrayal, you position yourself to receive the blessings of justice. Your victory is inevitable, because it's not just your will, it's destiny moving in your favor, powered by the righteousness of your cause. Owning your voice means stepping into a space where fear no longer dictates your choices. It means shedding the chains of doubt, rejection, and the need to be liked by everyone. Fearless is not the absence of fear, but the decision to rise anyway. When you own your voice, you take full responsibility for your story, your opinions, and your presence in the world without shame, without apology. Think about how many times you toned down your thoughts or muted your feelings to avoid rocking the boat. What if you allowed yourself to speak fully, authentically, and boldly? The world needs your unique perspective, your lived experiences, and your passion. Your voice is a gift, and when you claim it unapologetically, you inspire others to do the same. Fearless ownership of your voice transforms not only your life, but ripples out, creating waves of change and courage around you. This is where real power lives. When you refuse to shrink, when you speak your truth with conviction and kindness, you embody a force that no one can ignore. Fearless doesn't mean perfect or always comfortable. It means brave enough to be seen, heard, and respected for who you truly are. Your voice is a beacon, and by owning it, you light the way for countless others struggling to find their own. In a world that glorifies instant results and quick wins, patience is a radical act of strength. It's tempting to rush, to force outcomes, or to demand immediate justice. But true power is found in waiting, watching, and preparing. Like a hunter who waits silently for the perfect moment, patience allows you to conserve your energy and strike with precision when the time is right. Consider the great leaders and change-makers who didn't achieve success overnight. Their journeys were filled with setbacks, delays, and quiet seasons where it felt like nothing was happening. But beneath the surface, their resolve was growing stronger, their vision sharpening, and their timing aligning with forces beyond their control. Patience gave them the advantage, the ability to respond with strength rather than reaction, with strategy rather than impulsiveness. Patience also builds resilience. When you choose to endure rather than give up, you cultivate a mental and emotional muscle that will serve you in every area of life. It's in the waiting that you learn who you really are and what you are truly capable of. Strike too early, and you risk losing momentum. Strike with patience, and you become unstoppable. Trust the process. Honor your timing, and know that your moment is coming, sharper, stronger, and more impactful than you could imagine. Energy is the invisible force that drives everything you do. It's not just about physical stamina, but the emotional and mental power you bring to every moment. When you understand that your energy is a weapon, you begin to wield it with intention. It can break down barriers, inspire change, and overwhelm those who doubt you. But it can also be drained, misdirected. It's all wasted on things that don't serve your highest purpose. Think about the difference between reacting emotionally to negativity and responding with calm, focused power. Your energy can either feed the chaos or cut through it with clarity and strength. Use it relentlessly to fuel your passions, protect your boundaries, and propel your mission forward. When you guard your energy carefully, you become a force to be reckoned with, unstoppable, unbreakable, and unstoppable. Every great achievement in history was driven by someone who mastered their energy. Whether it was the passion of an artist, the determination of an athlete, or the vision of a leader, energy fueled their breakthrough. So choose where you invest yours. Channel your power into what uplifts, motivates, and advances you. Your energy is your most valuable resource. Weaponize it wisely and watch your world transform. Living for the approval of others is like living in a cage where your wings are clipped before they even grow. The chains of seeking validation can trap you in a cycle of fear, doubt, and exhaustion. But breaking free from this need is one of the most liberating acts you can perform. It means waking up every day, knowing you answer only to your own soul and your highest vision, not to the shifting opinions of the crowd. When you release the burden of pleasing everyone, you reclaim your freedom. You stop adjusting yourself to fit molds that don't honor your essence, and instead, you create a life aligned with your deepest values and desires. This is where true power lives, in self-trust and sovereignty. You become the captain of your ship, steering through storms and calm seas with confidence and clarity. Many have walked this path before you, forging trails that show it's possible to thrive outside of societal expectations. Think of the innovators, artists, and leaders who dared to ignore the naysayers and follow their unique path. They faced criticism, isolation, and doubt, but their liberation was worth every sacrifice. You are no different. When you break these chains, you unlock the door to your fullest potential, limitless joy, and unstoppable success. Every lie, no matter how carefully constructed, eventually reveals its fractures. Deception is like a house built on sand, unstable, unreliable, and destined to crumble. When you stand firmly in your truth, you become a force that exposes those cracks. You see beyond the surface, sensing the inconsistencies and falsehoods that others try to hide. The power of your awareness is a catalyst for clarity, for justice, and for transformation. It's tempting to be consumed by anger or bitterness when faced with deceit, but your strength lies in calm perseverance. Watching the cracks form means observing patiently as truth slowly breaks through the walls built to contain it. The discomfort of witnessing lies unravel can be intense, but it also fuels your determination to rise even higher. Every fragment that falls away brings you closer to a clearer, freer self. In many ways, deception tries to control reality by controlling the narrative. But your refusal to accept distortion chips away at that control, your unwavering presence, your unshakable integrity. They unsettle those who rely on lies to maintain power. This is why your role is so crucial. You are the beacon of authenticity in a fog of manipulation. As their lies crack and crumble, your truth shines brighter, lighting the way forward for others lost in the darkness. Betrayal wounds deeply, shaking the foundation of trust and leaving scars that may never fully fade. But what if betrayal was not just a source of pain, but the birthplace of your greatest strength? The deepest hurts have a way of teaching us resilience, wisdom, and self-reliance like nothing else can. When you embrace your betrayal instead of running from it, you transform pain into power. Think about the people who have hurt or disappointed you. Their actions may have left you broken, but they did not define you. Instead, your response to betrayal defines your character. You can choose to rise stronger and wiser, with a heart and not by bitterness, but by clarity. Your pain becomes fuel, a fierce fire that pushes you forward rather than holding you back. Betrayal forces you to examine your boundaries, your values, and your inner strength. It strips away illusions and compels you to rebuild yourself from the ground up, but this time with a fortified spirit. You emerge not as a victim but as a warrior, armed with hard-earned wisdom and an unshakable commitment to honor yourself above all else. This alchemy of pain into strength is one of the most profound transformations you will ever experience. Like a phoenix rising from the ashes, your story is one of rebirth and unstoppable growth. The trials, the heartbreaks, the betrayals, all of these are part of the crucible forging the powerful being you are becoming. Victory is not just a distant dream, it is your destiny. It moves toward you with certainty because you have endured, learned, and refused to give up. Life will test you again and again, but every time you rise you demonstrate something incredible: resilience. This quality is not simply bouncing back, but rising higher and stronger after every fall. Your scars are proof of your battles and your strength. They tell a story of survival, courage, and unrelenting faith in your own power. Victory is not a gift handed to you. It is the natural outcome of your relentless spirit. This inevitability of your victory is not arrogance, but confidence born from experience. It's the quiet, knowing that no matter what comes, you have what it takes to overcome. Every setback is temporary, every challenge surmountable. The ashes you rise from are not the end. They are the fertile soil where your greatest triumphs grow. Embrace this truth, and you will move forward with unstoppable momentum. When you commit to winning on your own terms, you leave behind the exhausting cycle of people-pleasing and compromise. The need to be liked, accepted, or approved is a heavy burden that dilutes your power and clouds your vision. True winning is about integrity, about standing firmly in your truth and refusing to trade your values for fleeting approval. Imagine the freedom that comes with deciding that your success is not measured by others' opinions, but by your own standards. This mindset shift is revolutionary. It means you will no longer shrink to fit a mold or soften your message to make others comfortable. Winning means owning every part of who you are, even the parts that are bold, uncomfortable, or challenging to the status quo. You will face resistance. You will hear no and meet criticism. But winning in this way means playing a different game, a game where you set the rules and hold the power. When you stop pleasing and compromising, you tap into a fierce, authentic drive that propels you forward with clarity and confidence. You win because you refuse to settle for anything less than your truth. Resilience is not just a trait, it's your signature move, the way you respond to life's challenges with grit, grace, and determination. It's what sets you apart from those who give up or crumble under pressure. Resilience allows you to face failure, pain, and rejection head-on, then rise again with renewed strength and purpose. Consider resilience as a muscle that grows stronger every time you stretch beyond your limits. Every time life knocks you down, you have a choice. Stay down or rise. You choose to rise, not because it's easy, but because your spirit demands it. This refusal to be defeated becomes a defining characteristic that others admire and emulate. It's a beacon that says, no matter what, I will keep moving forward. This power of resilience also teaches humility and empathy. As you recover from your own battles, you develop a deeper understanding of others' struggles and a compassionate heart. Your resilience is not just about endurance, it's about transformation, becoming more than you were before, equipped to handle whatever comes next. When you embrace resilience, you become unstoppable. Justice is not a distant ideal, it's your ally, moving alongside you as you claim your power and your rightful place in the world. When you align with truth, integrity, and courage, you tap into a force that transcends individual struggle. Justice amplifies your voice, supports your cause, and ensures that your efforts are not in vain. Many have felt powerless in the face of injustice, but remember this: justice is often slow, but it is patient and persistent. It does not favor the loudest or the strongest by worldly standards, but those who remain steadfast and true. Your power is real because it is rooted in something greater than momentary success. It's rooted in the eternal force of fairness, truth, and balance. So claim justice as your ally. Walk with confidence, knowing that your fight is righteous and your cause worthy. The obstacles you face are temporary, but the justice you seek will stand the test of time. Your power is undeniable because it flows from the deepest well of truth and courage within you. Justice moves with you, not against you. Your journey is yours alone, unique, complicated, and full of lessons that no one else can teach. To own it means embracing every part of it, the triumphs and the failures, the moments of strength and the times you stumbled. There is no room for apologies or regrets, because each step has shaped you into who you are today. This is your story, and it deserves to be told boldly and proudly. Many spend their lives trying to erase mistakes or hide painful chapters, but true freedom comes from acceptance. When you stop apologizing for your path, you reclaim the power to move forward without the heavy chains of guilt or shame. Imagine carrying yourself with the grace of someone who understands that growth often comes wrapped in discomfort, and that's exactly where transformation happens. Owning your journey also means setting boundaries on what influences you allow. Not everyone will understand your path, and that's okay. Their opinions don't define you. Your worth comes from your lived experience and your courage to keep moving forward. no matter the storms. Walk with confidence, knowing that every detour and hard lesson has purpose. It has prepared you for greater things. Regrets are a waste of energy, a shadow that dims the light of your present. When you choose to live with no regrets, you create space for joy, for learning, and for new opportunities. The power lies in your hands to honor your past, own your present, and shape your future with intention and courage. Your journey is your masterpiece. Own it unapologetically. Authenticity is magnetic. When you show up as your true self, flaws, quirks, passions and all, you invite real connection and powerful impact. It's easy to get caught in the trap of wearing masks to fit in or be liked, but that only dulls your shine. The world doesn't need another version of someone else. It needs the fierce, real you. Being authentic is not about perfection, it's about courage. It takes bravery to reveal your vulnerabilities, to speak your truth, even when it's uncomfortable or unpopular. But that courage creates a ripple effect. Others feel safe to drop their masks and embrace their own realness, and together you create a community of strength, rooted in truth. Every time you choose authenticity over approval, you build trust with yourself and with others. People sense when someone is genuine. It resonates on a deep level. That authenticity is what sets leaders apart. It's what turns followers into fans, customers into loyal supporters, and acquaintances into lifelong friends. Authenticity also frees you from the exhausting work of maintaining a facade. When you live in alignment with your values and beliefs, your energy is focused and clear. There's a powerful freedom in knowing you don't have to hide or perform. Your voice, your choices, your presence, they become a bold declaration of who you truly are. Doubt is a natural companion on any journey worth taking. It whispers lies, tries to shake your confidence, and tempts you to quit. But courage is not the absence of doubt. It's rising anyway, again and again, despite the fear that lingers beneath the surface. When you choose courage, you make a statement. You refuse to be ruled by your fears. Think about all the times you faced uncertainty and pressed on anyway. Those moments are your proof, evidence that your spirit is stronger than your doubts. Courage builds momentum, growing with every step forward. It's not a sudden lightning strike. It's a steady flame, fueled by determination and hope. Relentless courage also means embracing failure as part of the process, not the end of the road. Every setback is an invitation to learn, to pivot, and to grow. When you view obstacles as opportunities to strengthen your resolve, doubt loses its grip. Bravery becomes a shield that protects you from giving in. Surround yourself with reminders of your courage. Stories, affirmations, mentors, anything that fuels your fire on the days doubt threatens to consume you. Remember, courage isn't about being fearless. It's about feeling the fear and saying, I will move forward anyway. That relentless spirit is what will carry you through to triumph. Seeking approval can feel like a comfort, a way to connect, to belong, to feel valued. But when it becomes a toxic cycle, it drains your energy and identity. Constantly molding yourself to fit others' expectations leaves you lost, exhausted, and disconnected from your true self. Breaking free from this cycle is a radical act of self-care and empowerment. Approval addiction often disguises itself as kindness or adaptability, but underneath, it's a fear of rejection. The truth is, not everyone will like you, and that's perfectly okay. Your job isn't to be liked by all, but to be true to yourself and to show up authentically in the world. When you stop chasing approval, you reclaim your power. Breaking free starts with awareness. Notice when your decisions are influenced more by fear of judgment than by your own desires. Challenge those patterns gently without shame. Set boundaries that protect your mental and emotional health. Each time you say no to external pressures, you say yes to your freedom. Remember, approval from others is fleeting and conditional. Self-approval is constant and unconditional. When you learn to approve of yourself fully, you build an unshakable foundation that others' opinions cannot shake. That's where true peace and power live. Vulnerability often gets a bad reputation, mistaken for weakness or oversharing. But the truth is, vulnerability is one of the most profound strengths you can cultivate. It's the willingness to be seen fully, your fears, your hopes, your imperfections, without armor or pretense. This openness creates authentic connection and deep inner courage. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you create space for healing and growth. It's in those moments of raw honesty that real change happens. Vulnerability invites empathy and understanding, both from yourself and others. It breaks down walls and builds bridges where distrust and isolation once lived. Think of vulnerability as the foundation of bravery. It takes guts to show up without masks, to risk judgment or rejection. But those who do experience a freedom unlike any other, the freedom of living a wholehearted life, fully engaged and deeply connected. Vulnerability fuels creativity, leadership, and resilience. The next time you hesitate to share your truth or admit your struggles, remember this vulnerability is your superpower. It invites authenticity and inspires others to do the same. Through it you cultivate strength, connection, and an unbreakable spirit. Your time and energy are precious currencies. Every moment spent trying to please others, stuck in toxic situations, or engaging in self-doubt, is a moment taken from your purpose. Reclaiming your time and energy means making deliberate choices that honor your worth and fuel your growth. Start by evaluating what and who drains you versus what nourishes you. It's okay to step away from relationships, habits, or environments that deplete your spirit. When you protect your energy fiercely, you open space for creativity, joy, and meaningful progress in your life. Reclaiming your worth means rejecting the false narratives that tell you you're not enough. Your value isn't determined by external achievements or approval, but by the essence of who you are, unique, capable, and worthy. This truth is a powerful shield against negativity and self-doubt. Set boundaries with compassion, but firmness. Communicate your needs clearly, and refuse to accept less than respect. When you honor your own time and worth, others learn to do the same. This is not selfishness, it's self-respect, the cornerstone of all healthy relationships and success. Inside you burns a fire, a passionate energy that drives your dreams and ambitions. This inner flame is your motivation, your source of resilience, and your compass when the path gets dark. Harnessing this fire means connecting deeply to your desires and fueling them with intention, courage, and consistent action. Dreams require tending, just like a fire needs oxygen and kindling. It's easy to get distracted or discouraged. But when you nurture your inner fire, you stay focused and energized. Celebrate small wins, stay curious, and keep your vision vivid. This commitment turns dreams from distant wishes into inevitable realities. Remember, your fire is unique. No one else carries your combination of talents, experiences, and passions. Use that uniqueness as a superpower. When doubt or fear threaten to extinguish your flame, remind yourself why you started. Reignite your passion with affirmations, community, and daily rituals that remind you of your power. Your inner fire can light your way and warm the hearts of others. When you fuel it relentlessly, nothing can stand in your way. Your dreams are waiting. Stoke the fire and watch them blaze bright. Resistance is a natural part of any meaningful journey. When you push toward your goals, expect the world to push back, sometimes subtly, sometimes with force. But this resistance isn't a signal to stop, it's a sign you're on the right path. The more you push, the more you grow, and the more unstoppable you become. The moments when you face rejection, criticism, or failure are the moments that build your character and clarify your purpose. Instead of shrinking away, lean into the discomfort. Push harder, not out of stubbornness, but out of fierce belief in yourself and your mission. Every great success story is filled with examples of people who refused to quit despite immense resistance. They knew that persistence was their secret weapon. When the world says no, your job is to say yes louder. Keep moving, keep fighting, keep believing. Remember, pushing harder doesn't mean recklessness, it means strategic, deliberate action, fueled by passion and resilience. Trust your inner compass and keep pushing forward. The breakthrough is often just beyond the toughest resistance. Fear can feel paralyzing, that heavy weight that stops you from taking the leap or speaking your truth. But fear is also a signal. It points to what matters most to you. Transforming fear into momentum means shifting your mindset and using that energy as a powerful driver rather than a roadblock. Start by acknowledging your fears instead of running from them. When you face what scares you, you strip fear of its power. This doesn't mean fear disappears overnight, but it becomes manageable, something you can work with, rather than be controlled by. Turn fear into action. Break down your goals into small steps that feel doable. Each step forward weakens fear's grip and builds confidence. Celebrate your courage with each movement, no matter how small. Momentum builds quickly when fear becomes fuel instead of a cage. This transformation is not a one-time event, but a practice. Over time, you'll notice that fear loses its ability to stop you. Instead, it becomes a companion on your journey, a reminder that you are stepping outside your comfort zone and growing. That momentum is unstoppable. Boundaries are not walls, they're the bridges to self-respect and inner peace. When you build strong boundaries, you declare what you will and will not accept in your life. This is essential for protecting your energy, mental health, and emotional well-being. Without boundaries, you risk being overwhelmed, drained, or taken for granted. Creating boundaries begins with self-awareness. Understand your limits, what exhausts you, what triggers you, and what you need to feel safe and supported. Communicate these boundaries clearly and consistently to others. It might feel uncomfortable at first, especially if you're used to saying yes to everyone. Boundaries teach others how to treat you. They foster respect and healthy interactions. When people know your limits, they are less likely to overstep. This creates an environment where you can thrive without constantly sacrificing your needs for the sake of others. Remember, setting boundaries is an act of love for yourself and for those around you. It's not about pushing people away, but about creating space for authentic connection and mutual respect. Protect your peace fiercely. It's the foundation for everything you want to build. Staying true to yourself is easy when the world applauds, but the real magic happens when you do it in the face of adversity. It's in those moments of pressure, loneliness, or criticism that your authenticity becomes a powerful act of rebellion and self-love. Holding on to your truth when it's hard shapes the strongest version of you. When you remain grounded in your values, you navigate challenges with clarity and integrity. You don't get lost in the noise or distracted by fleeting opinions. This consistency builds trust within yourself and from others. People admire those who stand firm even when it costs them. It's normal to feel doubt or loneliness in these moments. That's why resilience is crucial. The ability to keep showing up for yourself no matter what. Surround yourself with reminders of your why and lean on supportive people who honor your truth. This support makes the journey less isolating. The magic is that every time you choose truth over comfort, you grow stronger. You build a legacy of courage and authenticity. That strength doesn't just impact you, it inspires everyone around you to do the same. Your voice matters. Speak and shake the world. You might sometimes feel like your voice is small or insignificant, but it carries immense power. Your words have the potential to inspire change, heal wounds, and ignite movements. When you speak your truth boldly and clearly, you shake the world, starting with yourself and rippling out to others.